Hey YouTube, welcome back to Erin with a Hobby. Today is a reading vlog, so I'm trying something a bit different. So this will be a end of the year reading vlog. So it's actually Christmas Day, the night of Christmas Day, and so I'm going to be starting this, and this is going to go all the way up until New Year's Day, so January 21st. I haven't done a reading vlog before, but I'm interested to try it. So yeah, I'm just going to start with my current reads. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, family is around, so not really too loud. But what I'm currently reading, oopsies, dropped the book, is Rebel Sisters by Tochi Onyabuchi, which is the sequel to War Girls, which is a duology that I'm reading, and I'm nearly through it. I'm up to the start of part 3, which is like 300 pages in, so I'm looking forward to finishing that. I'm planning on reading a bit more of it tonight, and I'm also planning on reading quite a good chunk of it tomorrow on Boxing Day. I'm not planning on doing anything. I'm planning on just reading. Yeah. Just for a brief synopsis, it is following after the end of the first book. It's set like I think 4 years after the end of the first one, but it's set, the first book is set in a war-torn Nigeria, which is in the midst of a civil war between two sides of Nigeria, and it is following two sisters. One is a cyberized warrior who is trying to make peaceful world for her sister, and then it's also following her sister, who doesn't quite fit in with the camp of war girls that she is being raised in by her sister, and so it follows both of their perspectives in this world, and it just follows them through this huge adventure. And it was a lot different than what I expected, but I really enjoyed the first one, and I was very happy to go straight into the second one when I finished reading it. So, as I said, I am about 300 pages into this one. I am really enjoying it so far. This one is not as action-packed, I don't think, as the first one, because the first one is set while the war is still happening, but this book is set after the war is ended. So there's not a whole lot of fighting happening at the moment, so it's got a different feel to it. It's more set looking at how people try to rebuild and get on with their lives after a tragedy like a civil war. So I'm going to be reading, and I'll do like periodic check-ins and stuff as I am going throughout this last week of the year. So yeah, hopefully this video turns out pretty good, otherwise it may just be a scrap pile. Anyway, let's get to reading. Good morning. It's now Boxing Day, and I finished Rebel Sisters this morning. My mum is still asleep, so we can be quiet. I really liked it. It was such a bit of a wholesome ending, I think, to this trilogy. I really enjoyed reading through it. Yeah, so I will do a full wrap-up of my thoughts and a discussion of what I'm going to be reading next a little bit later when everyone is awake. And sorry, book was sliding out of the dust jacket. But yeah, so that is another book read. Okay, so it's a bit later in the day. A bit later, I mean like half an hour, and so everyone's awake. Okay, so everyone's awake, and I'm going to give my thoughts on Rebel Sisters. So I really enjoyed this. As I said a bit earlier, I'm not sure if it is a spoiler, but if you don't want to hear it, just skip it. This more looks at what happens after war, especially a civil war that splits a country for years, and they have child soldiers, and it looks at what happens to those child soldiers and then what happens to the country it was really cool. We also get to see a bit of the space colonies, which was mentioned in the first book, because that is where it's like Ify. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, but that is where the like first part and like half of the second part is set following one of the sisters, and I quite enjoyed that. And it also looked at trauma and trying to bury trauma, and I really enjoyed it. And the development of some of these characters that you got to follow through the whole thing was really, really interesting. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm very happy that I got to finish it before the end of the year. So before I move on to my next one, I'll do my journaling, my book, and I'll also link my video where I discussed how I journal my books down in the description if you want to go check it out. But the next book I am going to be reading is Fire and Heist by Sarah Beth Durst. Now, this is a single fantasy book, and I have really only read the thing that comes on the back of the hardback, but that gripped me enough. So it's socialite, were-dragon, thief. The only thing worth stealing is the truth. Dad always says that executing a heist is like a chess game. You plan for every contingency and you have a backup plans. Stopping a heist, though, is entirely different. You have to improvise. I hate improv. So from that, it sounds like there's going to be dragons who can shift, and by the title, they're going to be putting on a heist, but then possibly she gets caught and she has to try and stop a heist or something. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to it because it's been on my want to read books for a while, and I'm happy that it's one of my single ones and it's a bit shorter, because I want to see how many books I can get read in this like last week of the month. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm reading next. So I don't have a whole lot planned for the day other than reading. I'm probably going to be chilling at home, possibly watching some shows with Mum. There was something else. I was considering doing some filming, but that may be moved to tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see how I'm feeling rest of today. But yeah, that's the plan for today, and I'll bring them along as I read. Okay, so it is about 10 o'clock on Boxing Day, and I have read about 30 pages of Fire and Heist, which is up to chapter 3. So far I'm actually really enjoying it, because this is a fantasy world, and it's set in a world where wyverns or were-dragons are a thing. They are just a known fact, and they have their own society, and there's like countries that are wyvern run, so they're like safe countries for wyverns to live and that sort of thing. So that's quite interesting so far. And obviously dragons, they like gold, so running a heist is like a big thing, and it's like a coming of age almost sort of thing for wyverns, and that's really cool. And so far we found out that Sky's mother, who is a wyvern, because she's a full-blooded wyvern, Sky, has gone missing because she made a mistake on a heist and they haven't seen her. So obviously it's a bit of a scandal. They don't know what's happened. So at the moment it's all a bit a building of things, how it happens, and that sort of, and building up the characters, building up this world and how it sort of goes. So far I'm enjoying it because Sky is obviously, she's 16, so she's a teenager, and her dad won't really tell her things that the brothers know because she's not yet old enough to have gone on a heist. So at this point I'm enjoying it. As I said, I'm only like 30 pages in because I went for a walk with Mum this morning, which was really nice. Really hot because it's summer here in Australia and I'm hiding in the aircon at the moment until it gets turned off. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm probably going to take a short break because as you can see, my bed is a mess. I need to make my bed. Yeah, then I'll keep going. Okay. Sorry. So it's now like 6:30 at night. I've had a pretty full day actually. So I read a little bit throughout the day, but I did socialise. So I watched some stuff with Mum. We're watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the moment. I can't remember if I said that in the last clip or not. Then we went down to Grandma's for a swim and a socialise because it's Boxing Day, and so we wanted to go see her. So we swam, played some games, worked on a puzzle sort of thing. But then I did have a chance to read for half an hour. I'm now 60 pages in, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, it is a single, so it's a standalone. So they do have to do quite a bit. It's getting really into it, what the actual plot is for this story, and I am enjoying it. And also it does look at human and wyvern relations, because obviously it's mentioned in the book that they're living in a mostly wyvern, mostly human world because they've been exiled from the wyvern homeland, their like family ancestors sort of thing. So it's really kind of cool, that side of it. And then it's sort of just building on from there, and there's like a bit of a mystery about what happened to Sky's mum. And it's really good because it's a short one. I think it's like 200 something pages. So I'm aiming to finish this, like, I'm slowly making my way through it, like 60 pages in, nearly at the 100. I'll be happy. If I can maybe get to the 100 at least by tonight, I will be happy, and possibly a bit more. But I will probably, because I'm probably going to watch a few more episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Mum again tonight before I read. Yeah, so I'm probably going to shower and change into my pajamas before I do any more reading. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And something I didn't notice is, I don't know if you can see it, but the and symbol is made to look like a jewel with the dragon around it, which I thought was, I only just noticed that, and I thought it was a really cool detail because obviously dragons love jewels and gold and anything like that. So I thought that was really good. And as I said, I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to finishing, getting a bit further in. Holy shit. Like, that makes so much sense. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, but I have so many more questions now. I'm really a bit of a bubbling mess, but she's got answers, but then they're not answers. They're just I want to know what happens. I want to keep reading. Like, I'm halfway through because I read up to the 100 pages last night, and then I've kept reading this morning because I want to know what happens, because it's like, oh, I'm very excited. So if I keep reading, I'll let you know, and then I'll do a proper morning thing when I move from bed. Good morning, YouTube. It is now like nearly 8 o'clock from the morning, and I have read another chapter of the book. I am loving it. Like, I'm trying to be vague, but she's like found what she wants, but it's not what she wants, because like she didn't realize what had happened, and it's like, what on earth? So it's like insane. So I really want to know what happens, but there's barely anything left. I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna pick you up and bring you closer. Planned for the day is pretty much a rest day, so I'm probably going to try and finish this today because I think that I can. I'm thinking today, because I'm gonna catch up with friends, do a bit of a games night tonight, so I won't really read tonight, mate, after games night, but I'm planning on reading and relaxing, possibly filming videos today as well, so I'm looking forward to getting that done. Okay, so I've read another chunk. I'm now 200 pages through and I'm enjoying it, but now she's in a different spot and she's learning, which I enjoy. The teaching is interesting. I quite like this bit, but it's got like a very, very clear cut, if you don't do well, if you can't meet up to the expectations, you get nothing, you starve, you are sentenced to basically living in the darkness. Whereas if you can do well, you can get gold and everything, and it's very clear cut. And she's very much stuck, so I don't know where this is gonna go, because it's got like 50 pages left, because it's only like 240 pages, this book. So I'm very curious as to what's going to happen with the rest of this book. But I'm going to eat breakfast, probably go for a shower, and then probably read some more. Okay. Hello again, new reading update. I'm trying to find a spot that's not bright, because it's bloody bright, but I have finished Fire and Heist. I'm so sorry. The sun is like, there we go. Fire and Heist. I have finished it. I really enjoyed it. The pacing was so good. Like, it's a single book and it's short, but it didn't feel fast-paced. It felt good. Like, they had time to sit in the things that were happening. Like, it was set over like a week or something, but the way it was set out, it felt like it was a really good read, and I'm very happy. I loved reading it. I was very happy with it, and I am definitely wanting to see what other books Sarah Beth Durst has and see if there's any that I might enjoy. Now, for the next book I'm going to read, I need to have a look. As you can see, I've got my shelves, but I need to find a single book, and I want to see if I can find another one that's about these 200 pages, because I was able to read it fairly quickly, but I don't know which ones. So I'm gonna go have a look, and then I'll come back with another clip. So I figured out which one I want to read next, and that is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo, because I think this will be a quick one. It is a bit longer. It's about 300, nearly 400 pages, but I think it'll be a bit of a quicker one. And then I think if I finish this one within this week, then I'm going to move on to some of the duologies that I have both books for. I think I'm going to move on to those ones, because then those will still be quick reads, and then I have a bit more of a build up for it. But no, I read Catwoman Soul Stealer and I enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one. I think this is the only other one of this I have. The Batman one sounds cool, and I think the other one is Superman and then a Black Canary, so those will be cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting around to this one. Okay, this is my first check-in for the 27th, which is Tuesday. And I've been pretty slack actually. I haven't read much, but I have been reading actually a bit of fanfic because I can, and I've got up to that point at this time. Also, I've been pretty busy. I didn't read after games night because I was pretty tired, and then I did read a little bit this morning and a little bit yesterday afternoon of Warbringer. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm probably going to read a little bit this afternoon, but we'll just see. I am planning on filming, finally, these videos, as it's raining outside at the moment, and it's nice, so I'm going to do it now while I have the energy and while I'm dressed and nice. So I'm going to do that, like chill on my computer for a bit, and then read. I'll update you probably tonight before I go to bed, and then yeah, we'll see how I go. Good morning. It is now the 30th, so I have today and then tomorrow for the end of this reading block. It is Thursday. I'm very sorry. I did not read very much of Warbringer. I'm about 70 pages in. I read most of that this morning, but yesterday I was doing a few other things, so Mum and I mostly watched quite a few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because we are slowly working our way through the first season, because we got so busy during the year that we haven't really had time to watch it. So we watched quite a few episodes of that yesterday, and then I also did a practice and photo shoot sort of thing of my recent cosplay. So that sort of took up time, and then I was sort of doing some video editing stuff yesterday as well. So I didn't get a lot of time to read, so I'm hoping to read a few more pages today. I'm hoping that at least by the end of today I can get through to the 100 page, maybe 150. If I can even get to the halfway point by the end of today, I would be happy, but I'm not too stressed if I don't get to that point. More so just because I know that tomorrow night, especially being New Year's Eve, I'm going to stay up till midnight reading, because I want to just stay up and read, and then I may just keep reading after the midnight and then just try and finish it. And then I'm not sure. I'll see if I finish this one, and if I do, I'll let you know what I read next. Just a quick check-in. I'm nearly 100 pages in. I'm actually really enjoying this now, because you both get Wonder Woman's perspective and another girl, Leigh, who was saved by Diana on the island. And I think I prefer her perspective, because obviously she's a normal human trying to figure out what's happening to her and why, and where she was on Themyscira, and then all the stuff that follows. So now that I have a bit of her perspective to look forward to, I think I'm getting through the book a bit quicker. And I think it was because the first chapter was kind of slow, but then after that it sort of picked up, and now I'm really enjoying this, and I'm liking it, and I'm wanting to keep reading it. But I think Mum and I are going to watch a few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then I'll probably get back to reading, but I have a few other jobs to do today as well. Okay, checking in. I am now about 150 pages. I am really enjoying this at the moment. So it's following, obviously, as I said, the two perspectives, the perspective of Diana and the perspective of Leigh. And it's actually really cool, because what I didn't realise is she's a young, half Greek, half black girl. So she has experienced a lot of that racial trauma and is still dealing with that as well. And then also finding out that she is a warbringer and having to deal with that as well, and the fact that so many horrible things are being caused because of her bloodline. And it's really interesting to see that, and now that it's picked up a bit since leaving Themyscira and getting to New York and stuff, it has been amazing. I've loved it. It's just keeping on going and picking up pace. So now that it has gotten off of Themyscira, I think I'm enjoying it a bit more. Not that Themyscira is bad, but it's just a bit obviously secluded, and they don't have as much information and as much tools as what we have. So I'm looking forward to continue to read this, and as I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to reach the halfway point by the end of today. So I may finish this by tomorrow. So that's the plan. Okay, so I finished. Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed it. So, thoughts. First chapter was a bit slow. I think the reason it was slow is when I'm reading this is not when it originally came out, and because I'm pretty sure when this came out was before the Wonder Woman 1984 movie. What I'm trying to say is the first chapter is very similar to that because it starts with a race and Diana's in the race, even though people don't want her in the race. Because that was my thought of it when I originally was reading it. But then once she found Leigh, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but once she found her and her point of views were introduced, oh my gosh, did the pace of this book pick up. I was so enjoying it. And then the way that Leigh dealt with things, and then the twist right at the end. And the way that the twist happened, it was just like deadpan. Like the person doing the twist just was like, this is how it is. And then it was like, what? No. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the twist. It was cool that the twist happened, but yeah, I'm just trying to be vague because I don't want to spoil it. Yes, the book's been out for a while now, but I also don't want to spoil the ending because it's a single book, and yeah. So that's actually, well, 2 books, and like I finished 3 books this week. I'm actually really happy. Usually I'm such a slow reader, so I'm doing really well. But I'm actually going to pick up a book that I bought this year from a second, I think it was from Lifeline, and that is Dancing in the Dark by Robin Bavetti. So this isn't a fantasy one, so it might take me a bit more to get into it, but it's dance-based, so I'm really going to enjoy it. So it's following, what is she? She's a Jewish girl who wants to dance, but because she's Jewish, her parents are so strict that they won't let her dance, so she has to take to dancing in the street behind people's back at night. But then her 2 worlds start to collide. And the question on the back is, how long can she keep her 2 worlds apart, and at what cost? So I'm really looking forward to it. One, because I've danced pretty much my whole life. I haven't read a whole lot of dance books, so I'm looking forward to reading this because it sounds really cool, and the cover looks really cool, really nice, because it's sort of like off the stage, side stage for a show. So yeah, that's the next book that I'm going to read, and it's only 1 o'clock, and I'm actually going to see how late I can stay up reading tonight, because I've got a party to go to in the afternoon, but that I'm only going to go till, I'm thinking like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at the latest, and then I'll have like hours when I get home. So yeah, that is the plan, and I'm going to do my journaling for the Wonder Woman Warbringer, and then I'll probably do some more editing because I did quite a bit of editing yesterday, but do a bit more of that and then get on to reading. Okay, it is midnight. Sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm pretty sure my parents are both asleep. It's Happy New Year. I'm about 160 pages and I'm enjoying this, but then it's also making me feel squeamish because, trigger warning for this, if you have grown up in a very Jewish and strict household and you have left or you have had bad experiences, I'll probably avoid this for this girl, because if she comes out to her family when about the dancing and she doesn't stop because she loves it, she will lose everything that she knows. Her family, her community, her friends. I'm extremely worried that is going to happen. Anyway, this bit may just get completely cut out. I'll just talk about it in the morning with this chat, but that's my thoughts. It's just making me feel queasy. Like, I want to read it because I want to know what she does, but it's just not the nicest feeling reading that, because obviously that is what happens. That is some people, that is how some Jewish people and cultures and communities live, and it's scary that can happen. But anyway, I'm going to get back to reading. I don't know how much longer I'll read until I get tired and I put the things away, but I may see how much more I can get read. I only started reading this today, so I suppose I'll just see how much more I get rid of it. Okay, it is 1:30, just about, and I finished it. I was so wrapped up. I'm happy I read it, but it is emotionally taxing because what she goes through is stuff that real people go through, and I have heard stories from friends that have gone through this. So it's emotionally taxing reading this. But anyway, I am probably going to pick my next read, which I'll discuss tomorrow morning. I'll probably pick what I'm going to read next in a bit. But then tomorrow, on the wrap in the morning, I'll do a full wrap of my thoughts of this book and of the vlog. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the end of the vlog. So I'm going to discuss my feelings on Dancing in the Dark. I really did enjoy it. It pulled at my heartstrings and my beliefs, but I think it was, from stories I've heard, not from personal experience, I feel like it was represented well. I can't comment truthfully on if it was, because I personally have not experienced it or known anyone like that. But overall, I thought it was really well done. And the fact that the author in the end didn't do a cop-out ending, she kept true to what actually happens in these communities, I thought was really good. But yeah, so I finished that one. So within this vlog, I finished Rebel Sisters, which I had, I think, about 100 pages left to go or something by the time that I started this video. I finished Fire and Heist. Then I finished Wonder Woman Warbringer and Dancing in the Dark. So I think I did really well reading 3 books, 3.5, in 1 week. That is so much faster than I usually read, but I enjoyed it. I've got a good chunk of the way through some of my TBR books, so I was very happy to do that. But yeah, that is all for this video. If you enjoyed the reading vlog, definitely hit the like button and also comment if you want to see a few more reading vlogs. I probably won't do them all the time. I might only do them like this when I know I have a week where I can just read and I don't do a whole lot, like this week where I'm relaxing. Yeah, definitely comment down below. Also comment how your new year went. I hope everyone had a good end of the year, and I hope everyone's new year goes well. But yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely day and a lovely new year and continues to live well. Bye guys.